Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Gengar and today we'll be going over another Palmon survival video. If you enjoy the videos I make, please subscribe and hit the notification button so that you don't miss out any of my future videos. Also, feel free to comment down below if there's anything in particular that you would like me to cover or explain further. I would also like to mention that I stream semi-regularly on Twitch at ImGengarrr with 3 R's, same as my YouTube username. I stream a variety of games and feel like my streams are a great place to just vibe out and chill. Now, let's get on with the rest of the video. In today's video, I will be going over how the breeding process works in Palmon survival. First, I'd like to go over why someone would want to take their time with pairing the perfect Palmon and what the uses and benefits are. For starters, each Palmon could have a max of 4 traits. These traits are ranked C through S, C being the lowest and S being the highest. You can have multiple of the same rank traits, but not repeating traits. Let me show you an example. So, for example, this rotor loader, dude, this Tanuki thing. If you notice, it has 3 A rank traits, but none of them are repeating traits. So just make sure that that's something that you keep in mind. The only exception to like repeating traits are if they're repeating traits of different rarities. So again, just to go over it one more time, you can have multiple of the same rank traits, but you can't have the exact same trait multiple times in the same rank, if that makes any sense. So again, let's say there's an S rank of crack shot, an A rank of crack shot, and a B rank of crack shot. You can have those 3 repeating in your Palmon, but you cannot have 3 S rank crack shot, if that makes any sense. I feel like I butchered that explanation and made it harder than it needed to be. Hopefully you understood what I was trying to say. Now, when choosing the 2 Palmon that you wish to breed, first you must identify whether the Palmon you are breeding will be used for battle or for camp assignments. Next, you must sort through your Palmon inventory when selecting your 2 Palmon. I recommend holding on to Palmons with 1 or 2 desirable traits, ideally of the SR rarity. These take the least amount of wait time when breeding for an egg. Please be aware that once you select 2 Palmon, the one on the left will actually decide the Palmon outcome, and the highest rarity Palmon that you actually end up choosing in those 2 combinations is going to be what defines the requirement for your wreath. To show you an example of a perfect Palmon, I will show you this one. This one was made to be a perfect Palmon under the camp assignment category. When breeding, you want to ensure that each Palmon has no more than 1 unwanted trait to avoid increasing any unwanted egg results. So as you can see, this one right here, my Hercules, he is the perfect engineering, like working Palmon. He has S rank engineer, A rank engineer, and B rank engineer. So he's completely perfect. Yeah, this is what a perfect Palmon would look like. Now, this one ended up with 1 trait that I did not mind having, so long as the other 3 were guaranteed. So if I were to show you right now, when you go to attributes, he got Forge Fanatic, so smelting output, Bellow Fellow, smelting output, and Anvil Adept, another smelting output. I actually did not know that Anvil Adept, I didn't know that there was another B rank trait that aided the whole smelting output percentage thing. So I for the longest time I literally thought it was just when it came to smelting outputs, I literally thought it was just these 2, Forge Fanatic and Bellow Fellow, until I caught one that had it and I was like, I've never seen that one. Clicked on it and it said smelting output, so then I had to go over and redo it. But anyways, back to the whole reason why I brought that one up. Like I said, ideally you want to make sure that the 2 Palmon that you are breeding have 2 of the ones that you actually want and no more than that. And if, let's say, one of them has 2 really good traits that you actually want to pass on and 1 trait that you didn't really account for, and the other one has the other 2 that you actually want, or just 1 that you're missing to make it perfect 3, those would be safe to mix in, because then you won't end up with one like this where it has the 3 that you absolutely wanted and 1 that you honestly do not mind having at all. It won't really hinder you. Sure, that Palmon may not be able to use it, and sure, you can actually substitute it with something that is more ideal, like the Sweet Dreams trait, but in the grand scheme of things, that 4th one really does not matter, and as long as it's not a C that hurts you, you're fine, as long as you get the 3 that you actually care about. So again, for example, this one is, in my eyes, perfect. Has the 3 that I actually need and 1 that It's just there. So now I'm actually going to show you an example of everything that I literally just covered. So again, the goal for me is to have this guy, another one of him, right? So ideally what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose him and literally another one. This one has, you know, all three of the traits I actually want, and this one only has 2 of the actual traits that I want. I could get a little saucy here actually, and I could theoretically just use one of this that has 2 and then go in for the other one that has the other 2, but I think this should still work honestly. And then now you're just gonna hit breed, and then it'll tell you right here that the result is gonna be a Vulcanid. Again, whatever Palmon you have on the left is going to decide the outcome of the egg, and then whatever the highest rarity of the Palmon you're using in the combo, that's going to dictate what wreath you're actually going to use. So just keep that in mind. The higher rarity of wreath that you're using, the higher wait time you're going to have to wait for your egg. At the moment, there are only 2 ways to farm wreaths. That is going to be through the daily tasks, which is going to be the 3rd chest, and the map treasure hunts. So if you take a look right here, when it came to the 3rd chest that required 120 points or activity points, when I claimed it, it gave me a wreath box. Now the wreath box is going to have a randomized wreath and a randomized amount of wreath as well. So definitely always good to make sure that you do your daily tasks. You definitely want to prioritize at least getting to the 120 activity mark, so that you are able to get your daily wreaths, and just kind of keep stacking on them. Don't be in a rush to always breed immediately. Sometimes it can be okay for you to just sit on them while you work up your arsenal of like Palmons with specific different traits and stuff like that. So that's one way to get it. The other way that you can also get some wreath is going to be through the map treasure hunt quest that you do every now and then. I don't know, I think it's every day. It refreshes, or it allows you to refresh. Again, my tip is when you are able to, do not do anything below the legendary rarity map quest, because these give you the most maps, gives you a whole lot of resources as well, and then again, once you are able to fill the map, you are able to either get a common or elite treasure chest, an epic treasure chest, and a legendary treasure chest. So the thing that sucks is that the wreaths are not guaranteed in each of these, but when you do get them, they correspond to the rarity of the chest that you open. So if you end up getting just an elite treasure chest, if you do end up getting a wreath in there, it's going to be common, and then etc, etc. But just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware. Aside from that, I honestly think we covered pretty much everything about breeding. Just a couple pointers: if you are breeding and attacking Palmon, you ideally want to breed defense and HP traits, with the last trait spot being a flex spot between evasiveness, tenacity boost, or anything else that you may find useful, since you want your damage to survive longer due to damage output not really being an issue. When it comes to defenders now, you can either give them more defense and HP traits or attack traits. Either or are fine, since they are built to survive anyways. I recommend focusing on traits at the very end, honestly. Wreaths are not common to obtain, and the whole process is pretty time consuming. I genuinely believe you should focus more on Palmon level cap, ascending when applicable, skill upgrades when applicable, equipment, and then lastly, breeding the perfect Palmon with the perfect traits. That's going to be it for this video. I really hope that you found this useful. If you stayed until the end, thank you. I really appreciate it. If you found yourself enjoying my videos, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then drop a comment on your way out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Again, really appreciate you being here. Bye bye.